Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. So in this video, Pavel has answered some more questions regarding Homecoming, and I want to report on those particular things. Even though some of them are pretty small, I just want to consolidate that for you guys. So before I do that, I want to ask whether you're looking forward to Homecoming still. We're about halfway through the drought at the minute. We've got 3 months left. And I also want to ask if you've got any feedback on what content you would like to see regarding Gwent for the next 3 months on my channel specifically, not on someone else's channel, because it's nice to know what kind of direction you'd like me to go in. So I've been doing a lot of the Blast from the Past videos. They're quite fun, but it won't last forever. So what would you like to see? Where would you like to see it? Maybe. Anyway, so on to the news, the questions and answers. When asked when the mid-July news was going to come, whether it would be before Gwent Open, during or after, Pawel was reported in saying, "I'm aiming for a July Gwent Open," which indicates that he's aiming to have it inside the Gwent Open tournament and actually show off the game during that time, most likely. Now, they did that in the Gwent Challenger. I think it was before midwinter, in fact. They showed off the gameplay and stuff, which was... So maybe we'll do that again. Now, Gwent Open actually starts next weekend, not this weekend, on the 21st to the 22nd, I believe. So we've only got about 2 weeks to wait, and it seems like we might be getting the information during it, but the way they said I am aiming for it doesn't give you a lot of hope that it won't get pushed back either. The next up, he asked how much the UI would change, what would be remade, reorganized, and what will stay the same, and what will be completely different. And he basically said in a short, sharp sentence that everything will be completely different. We kind of already knew the UI was going into the Witcher 3 aspect, but he is saying that everything will change to fit that style, which, is a nice thing. They're really putting a lot of effort into this UI and overhauling the entire game, which we'll see later as well. So next up is the mulligan screen going to change again? And the answer is yes. A very short sentence and answer there, which is weird because I don't quite know what they're going to do with it apart from the UI change, but this doesn't seem to be just UI in response to that. It seems to be they're going to change the way it works. Now, it used to be 5 cards that you scrolled along, but then it was changed because it was better to see all of your hand on the screen at once. And that's a good system. Now, I guess we don't quite know where it's going to go, but we could ask ourselves, what would we want more from the mulligan screen? And I think one of the things a lot of people want is to be able to see the opponent's leader card. Would be one big thing, so you don't have to look at that banner and really kind of squint your eyes to try and see through it, or possibly hide your cards to be able to see it. So that would be one big thing, a little quick summary of what the opponent's leader card is possibly. But other than that, I can't think of too much more. If the hand size is going to change, then maybe obviously that would have to change as well, because at the minute it can fit 10, but if the hand size is 12, for example, there's no evidence of that, but that would be another reason why they'd have to change it. The next thing is there going to be a set of achievements completed which you will unlock leader avatars, maybe since for a while they've been listed as special rewards? And the answer to that is there will be achievements, but done in a different way. So, I mean, the thing that I think about achievements is I go to the World of Warcraft and, where you've got that big whole quest log, that achievements log, and you can look at it and there's loads of different things to do in loads of different areas and stuff, but it does say it's done in a different way, so I don't think it's the traditional way like that. To be honest, I reckon it's just going to be more things to do with challenges, more things to do with events, more things to do with the quest log that you get on the social tab. I think just using that more often is probably what they're going to do. But I would like to see some achievements which are a bit more wacky and can be done in certain games, but not all games. The issue with that is that it will influence players to build certain decks. If you can only do it with, say, Yennefer, you're going to see a lot of decks that are trying to build Yennefer to try and get that achievement for a while, until it dies down. So the next question is, what do you think about the versatility of leaders? How much should a leader tell the opponent of what they should expect from the deck? And the answer to that is quite an interesting one. Right now, we are designing leaders in such a way which will make them more versatile. Deck building will also receive a major overhaul. So they've mentioned stuff about passive abilities and reactivating abilities, and not necessarily just passive, but ways to use the cards in more versatile ways rather than just one archetype, one leader. And it's nice that they're trying to do that so you can actually try and spread it out. We'll have to see if they still become one leader, one archetype because it's the most efficient way. And Gwent seems to go that way quite quickly. But it's nice that they're trying to go into that versatility for the leaders. And we don't quite know. And specifically, they're not telling us whether the initiative thing is still in the game or not, or whether they've scrapped it. They're not. They say they can't tell us what's happening with that yet. So the next answer was actually in the previous questions answer, and this is deck building. It's been confirmed that it's going to get a major overhaul, and this is, in my opinion, for two reasons. The first one could be that, as we saw from the Blast from the Past videos, a lot of people like the old deck builder where you actually saw a preview of the lanes and you could actually put your cards in there. It's a nice visual representation. Now bear in mind it's going to be 2 rows when Homecoming comes, so maybe it's easier to fit onto a deck building screen. The other reason could be that there was a rumor a long time ago that wasn't confirmed or denied that deck building was going to cost certain points that you could allocate. You could have more golds, but then you'd have to cut out less silvers and stuff. Like, for example, you had 5,000 points and a gold cost 500, a silver cost 200, and a bronze cost 50 or something, you know, where you'd attribute points to cards and you're building your deck with a point allocation. That was never confirmed or denied, but that would be a main reason to overhaul the entire system. Next up, we've got, before Homecoming, did the new faction already have planned features and tactics? And the answer to that was yes. I've mentioned that before, but again, another confirmation that there is another faction already around, but we don't know what it is because they delayed it because of Homecoming. It's not coming out with Homecoming as well. Homecoming is just going to be its thing because the game is going to be massively different anyway. And finally, when are we getting to more Witcher 1 characters was asked, and he said maybe sooner than you think, which is a very ambiguous question that I'm going to leave you on. And thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you again very soon.